Welcome dear learners. Today we begin our discussion on distribution pattern of consumer and industrial goods with a special emphasis on complexities and strategies within rural markets. Before we start, let us quickly go over what we will learn in this topic. By the end of this session, you will understand how India's rural distribution network works. You will also learn about the importance of physical distribution and the different types of distribution channels. We will look at some common problems faced in rural distribution and discuss smart strategies to solve them. Along with this, we will explore the role of salesperson in rural marketing, compare different distribution models and look at some new and innovative methods designed especially for rural areas. Let us begin with rural distribution network. Reaching rural consumer is often described as a significant challenge or even a nightmare simply because of the sheer number of communities, over 6,38,000 across the nation. To understand how goods reach these consumers, we look at purchasing patterns of these consumers. An IMRB survey reveals an interesting insight for durable goods. About 90% are brought from towns within population exceeding 20,000. These are roughly around 2,300 municipalities. When it comes to fast moving consumer goods, which we also call them FMCG goods, the situation may seem complex, but can be handled with right approach. One common strategy is to deliver product directly to feeder cities. These are cities with a population of more than 20,000. Distributions in these cities usually have strong supply networks and that cover over 100 outlets across around 50 locations. This helps them to reach most villages with a population of over 2000. So, overall rural distribution can be understood in two main parts: physical distribution and distribution channels. Now, let us focus on physical distribution. This is the backbone of getting products to the market. Physical distribution essentially refers to the process of delivering product to both the marketing channels and the end consumers. It basically involves all the activities concerned with the actual physical movement of the product from the manufacturer to the consumer. As you can see in the diagram, the key components of this process includes transportation, communication and warehousing, each presenting unique challenges and requiring specific strategies in rural contexts. Let us examine the first component, that is transportation. In rural India, transportation infrastructure is still developing. While India boasts the world's fourth largest railway network, a significant portion of its rural area remain inaccessible by rails. So, about half of the country's approximately 6 lakh villages do not have roads suitable for use in all weather conditions, showing a major hurdle in rural marketing. In certain regions such as Kerala and Jammu and Kashmir, waterways often a convenient mode of transport. Faced with these challenges, marketers have come up with creative solutions to reach rural areas. For an example, companies like LG and HUL have used animal carts to deliver their products in these rural areas. In addition, mobile traders, especially the cycle dealers, play a key role in helping FMCG companies reach remote villages. These traders sell well-known brands like Topaz and Lifebuoy, making it easier for companies to connect with rural consumers. Next, let us see communication, another critical element of physical distribution. Effective communication is extremely important when designing distribution strategies for rural markets. However, marketers often face significant difficulties in rural locations. This is primarily due to lack of adequate infrastructures such as reliable telephone lines, widespread postal services and consistent internet access. These limitations make it challenging for companies to effectively communicate with and service their retailers in these areas. We now turn to warehousing, a vital part of storing goods before they reach the ultimate consumer. Finding sufficient and suitable godowns or warehouse is a major struggle for companies operating in rural India. The interiors of rural region generally lack public warehousing facilities. Even well-known organizations like Central Warehousing Corporation and State Warehousing Corporations rarely provide services beyond district headquarters. Their warehouses are usually located in big commercial area or key point called environmental nodes, which are often not accessible for reaching deeper rural areas. Continuing with warehousing at a more local level, mandi cooperatives represents a middle tier of storage options. At the village level, some rural godowns are owned by panchayat chiefs, but these facilities often restricted users to their own members. Consequently, business find it quite difficult to manage inventory storage effectively in these remote areas. So, to overcome these hurdles, companies in rural marketing like Hindustan Unilever and ITC have innovatively used delivery vans for rural distribution, effectively acting as a mobile warehouses. These vans deliver merchandise directly to stores across the country. This approach allows business to develop their own mobile storage solution, saving them from substantial cost associated with constructing fixed warehouses. Let us move to channels of distribution. These channels are of great significance in marketing because they perform a variety of extreme important distribution tasks. The marketing channels a company utilize are critical for generating consumer satisfaction and for creating a distinct advantage over our competitors. As a result, effective channels serves as an essential source of both competitive edges and profitability of the company. The way a company set up its marketing channels is not random. It depends on things like what kind of product the company sells, what customers it want to reach and how much competition there is in the market. There are three main types of marketing channel structures. First one is vertical marketing system, second one is horizontal marketing system and third one is multi-channel marketing system. Each type has its own advantages and work best in different situations. First is the vertical marketing system. In this system, the producer, wholesaler and retailer work together as a team. Sometimes one member owns the others, has franchisee agreement or is powerful enough to make sure everyone cooperates. The main advantage of VMS are low cost because of large scale operations, strong power to negotiate deals and no repeated work. It also helps to reduce conflict between different parts of the channels. Next is the horizontal marketing system. This system happens when two or more unrelated companies join hands and share their resources to take advantage of a new market opportunity. On their own, they might not have enough money, skill or marketing reach, but by working together, they can achieve better results. The main benefits are saving effort and making a distribution channel successful and appealing, even if it was not before. There is a good example of Shakti groups where local entrepreneurs team up to distribute products in their communities. The third structure is the multiple channel marketing system. This occurs when a single firm uses two or more marketing channels to reach one or more customer segments. It is about the simultaneous use of different channels. A common example is the marketing of mobile phones, which might involve telemarketing, online sales and indirect distribution through retail stores. The key benefit of this approach are efficient reach to diverse customer preferences and achieving wider market coverage. After understanding channel structures, let us now look at the different types of channels. Generally, there are two main types. The first is the direct marketing channel, which is also known as zero level channel, where the producer sells directly to the consumer without any middleman. The second is the indirect marketing channel, where one or more middlemen like wholesaler or retailer are involved between the producer and the consumer. We will now look at both types in more detail. First, let us discuss the direct marketing channel or the zero level channel. As the name suggests, intermediaries are absent in these type of channel. In this distribution system, products are delivered directly from producer to consumer. This could be through company owned store or online sales or door to door sales, eliminating any middleman between the producer and the final consumer. Now, we examine the indirect marketing channel. This type of channel involves at least one and often multiple intermediaries who facilitate the flow of products from the producer to the final consumer. So, indirect channel can be further classified based on the number of intermediary level involved, such as 1 level, 2 level, 3 level and even 4 level channels. A one level channel features just one middleman between the producer and the consumer. This single intermediary could be a retailer. So, the flow is producer to retailer to consumer. This is common for many consumer goods. Alternatively, if the middleman is a distributor, the flow is from producer to distributor to the consumer. This particular one level structure is often utilized for specialized products like industrial goods or consumer durables such as refrigerators, washing machines, where the distributor might handle specific territories or customer types. Next is the two level channels. In this configuration, there are two middlemen between the producer and the consumer. Typically, these are a wholesaler or a distributor and then a retailer. So, the product moves from producer to distributor, then to retailer and finally to the consumer. This is very common channel structure for wide range of consumer products. Moving further, we have the three level channel. As the name implies, this route involves three type of middlemen, typically a distributor, a wholesaler and then a retailer. The flow is producer to distributor, then to wholesaler, then to retailer and finally to the consumer. This method is commonly used for convenience goods, where it is important to reach as many customers as possible and to break large quantities into smaller and more manageable amount. Now, the last one is 4 level channels. This type of channel includes 4 middlemen: agent, distributor, wholesaler and retailers. The agent usually helps connect the producer with the distributor, especially in large or complicated markets. The product moves from producer to agent to distributor to wholesaler to retailer and then to consumer. This channel is often used for durable consumer goods, especially when entering complex markets or when different stages need spatial handling or representation. Now, let us compare direct and indirect marketing channel in different ways. Type of market. Direct marketing works best in vertical markets where there are only a few easy to find buyers. On the other hand, indirect marketing suits horizontal markets with the many buyers spread out in different places. Market potential. Direct channels usually handle large orders from each customers. On the other hand, indirect channels deals with smaller orders but serve a much large number of consumers. Market density. Direct marketing is more effective in areas with a high population or buyer concentration. On the other hand, indirect channels are better for areas where buyers are fewer and spread out. Next, on the basis of buying habits, direct channels customers tend to buy in large amounts but not very often, and they prefer direct contact with the seller. On the other hand, indirect channels customers buy smaller quantities more frequently and do not focus much on direct contact with the producer or a seller. Now, buying process. In direct marketing often involves detailed negotiation and bargaining, while this is less common in indirect marketing. Now, compare direct and indirect marketing channel on the basis of product. Direct channels are better for customized products made to fit the specific need of each buyers. Indirect channels are usually used for standard ready-made products. Next, on the basis of pricing. Prices in direct marketing can change often and may need adjustment due to negotiation or project specific needs. On the other hand, in direct marketing, prices are more stable and need fewer changes. Now, promotion and communication. Direct channels require detailed information and strong customer service from the producer. In indirect channels, middlemen usually handle communication, so the need of direct contact from the producer is low. Next, on the basis of distribution. In direct marketing, the focus is more on product knowledge and personal attention and less on logistic like delivery time or lot size. But on the other hand, indirect marketing logistics are a very important thing. Things like having the right product quantity, fast delivery and a good variety matters more. Customers care more about getting the product easily than knowing detailed brand information. Services. In direct marketing, services like installation, operation and maintenance are often more detailed and important. In indirect channels, these services are usually simple or managed by middlemen. Next, on the basis of quality. In direct sales, buyers focus more on quality and may inspect product closely. But on the other hand, in indirect sales, quality still matters, but usually is not discussed in as much detail for each deals. Next, on the basis of company's financial position. Companies with strong finances may choose direct channels because they can afford their own sales team or branches. Companies with the limited funds may go for indirect channels since they need faster returns and can avoid big spending on distributions. Next, marketing objective. Direct marketing is often used when the goal is to build long-term relationships with the customers. On the other hand, indirect marketing is more about short-term profit and focusing on high sales volume and efficiency. Today we talked about how goods are distributed in rural areas. We learned about the rural distribution network and the role of transportation, communication and warehousing in physical distribution. We also discussed different types of distribution channels like direct and indirect and looked at different levels and how they work. Finally, we compared direct and indirect channels based on things like market, product and customer need. In the next session, we will learn about the role of salesperson in rural markets, compare different rural distribution models and explore some new and smart ways companies are using to reach rural customers. Thank you for being part of today's session. See you next time.